Hey guys, welcome back to the Santo Show. This is your host Justin. We're gonna bring Sammy in here sooner rather than later. This is week 21, where we're gonna be talking about the conference championship round, and boy was it depressing. But before we get into the information, if you guys haven't already, subscribe, like our content. We're here every single week on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Next week we're not gonna be doing the Pro Bowl, but we'll be streaming the following week for the Super Bowl, guys. So stay tuned for the information for that. And without further ado, let's get it started.
All right, Justin, let's get it started. Hey guys, very depressing day for a lot of NFL fans that is outside of Kansas and the 49ers. If you are a fan of them, congratulations. I'm happy for you guys. Glad you guys made it to the Super Bowl, especially Kansas pulling out their ass, number 7 seed, going all the way, Justin, to the Super Bowl. Who could have predicted this? I mean, who could have predicted this, man? This is really hard because honestly, I had the Ravens absolutely going all the way. This was the year for them, especially with the incredible defense they had. And honestly, I feel like they did a very decent job. In the beginning of the first half, though, I will definitely say they didn't, as they ended up costing a little bit. I believe they put up 17 points in the first half. That was all their points. They put up all those points in the first half. And the second half, Ravens shut them out. But the problem was there was mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, and we kept seeing it, Justin. Justin, talk about what the Ravens did wrong here. What were the Ravens doing, man?
I don't know. Were the lights too bright for Lamar in this offense in this conference championship? They were just yet so close. So close to making the Super Bowl, man. And honestly, I had them the whole way. I thought that the Ravens, we did our Super Bowl picks, as soon as playoffs started, guys, we made a bracket. I had the 49ers and the Ravens, just because they were the best teams, like they were showing out in the playoffs. They were showing out in the regular season. These two teams looked like the best teams in the NFL. And I thought, without a doubt, there was no chance with that hell of a defense that the Ravens had, and everything was going right for them. And even against the Texans, this last game, everything was going right for them until this moment. And boy, I was just shaking my head. I was just like, are they gonna let Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, the duo, just do it to them? So as soon as the game started, on the first drive, man, the Kansas City Chiefs score, and I'm just like, Travis Kelce gets a touchdown. I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, you got one off the way. Like, all right, they came to show up. They showed up. Let's have a game plan to stop these two. These two are a tandem, and they're gonna be getting it down the field. If you can't stop them, you're already playing from behind. Then they get the ball, and then quick 3 and out, and it's just like so weird to see the Ravens only score 10 points this game, Sammy. Like, I couldn't understand why they only scored 10 points. Like, nothing made sense. This is like the lowest scoring game that I've seen out of the Ravens. I don't think I've seen this kind of game besides, like earlier on this season, as soon as the season started. And even then, I don't know if they only scored 10 points in a game. I know the Kansas City Chiefs defense is elite. They've shown it off season that they're elite. But were they elite enough to stop the dual threat of Lamar Jackson, throwing the ball as good as he has, running the ball as good as he has? I don't know. But yet, it looked like it. Andy Reid had this team ready to shut them out. And boy, did they shut them out. And I'm just really frustrated and upset for Baltimore fans, because really, I believe this was their greatest year that they could have had. This is their best attempt to get to the Super Bowl that I've seen since Ray Lewis. I haven't seen another team like this one from the Ravens that was like, for sure, going to make the Super Bowl in everyone's eyes. I think, 85% of you viewers out there were all saying that the Ravens are going to make it. That there's no chance in hell that the Chiefs win this game. Well, is this the Taylor Swift effect, Sammy?
I don't want to get into conspiracies and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we pull up the charts, guys, this is a fact. Taylor Swift, ever since she started dating Travis Kelce, has brought in over $365 million to the NFL organization. Just her be dating Travis Kelce and just the social media in general. So from a business standpoint, I mean, I could see if it was, possibly, given at that point. It was like, hey, Kansas needs to win this game. We need Taylor Swift in that Super Bowl. That's how we're going to make the big bucks. You know what I mean? But I don't know, Justin. I saw the Baltimore defense wake back up in that second half, and that Baltimore offense do the exact opposite. Outside of maybe Zay Flowers, who did an amazing job up until that one point when he dove for the end zone and got the ball knocked out at the one, went into the end zone, and the Kansas City Chiefs recovered for the touchback. That was just a rookie mistake. And at that point, you've seen, Justin, how many times have we seen the veterans? Do the veterans ever do that when they have that many defensive people around them? The answer is no. And the reason why is because of something like that happening. How many times has the Bucs done that to other people? You know what I mean? There's how many times has, other teams have done that to other teams? It's so common. You have to protect the ball. That's the most number one thing. When you're in the red zone, protecting the ball is the most important thing. If you're down at the 1 yard line, it is a whole lot better than allowing them to get a touchback and play from their 20 now. And now you don't even have the ball. You get no points. You get nothing out of it. That was your chance. You could have tied up the game right there. Or at least been within 3, I think. I think they would have been within 3 at that point.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I understand you made a mistake, and it was just like, I get that, but it's just like, after that, I felt like the morale on that offense just went down. It went south. Like, nothing could get these guys going. And Justin, back on your other comment about Baltimore offense only putting up 10 points, and you think that was the lowest. Actually, back in week 5, they put up 10 points against the Steelers and ended up losing against the Steelers in week 5. And they also lost to the Steelers in week 18, the same amount, 17-10. It was both in week 5 and week 18. They lost to the Steelers 17-10. I will give it to them, though. In week 18, it really didn't matter. I think they had all secondaries, like all secondary people playing. So it really didn't matter, all their second string. So, But
I mean, I said, Sammy, week 5, that's beginning of the season, dude.
Yeah, like if you look at these past couple games they've been playing, Justin, they've been playing out of their mind. Like 30 plus points easily by the Ravens, easily up against strong defenses. Houston had a very strong defense. They came out hot. But guess what? In that second half, Lamar woke up, and what did he do? He ran all over them, got a lot of touchdowns, and just did whatever he wanted because the defense was just so confused because they were like, well, what is he going to do? Is he going to run it? Well, even if we put a QB spy on him, we got to put 2 on him because it's just like, because he's so fast. Like, if we put that linebacker, the linebacker's not going to catch up with Lamar. He's like a running back. So it's like, you need at least almost 2 people watching QB spying, but that means your back is all open. So if he lands a fucking pass, you're screwed. So it's just like, I don't know what the plan was, but he did not run enough in this game, Justin. And he just did not do what he's been doing all year, and that is run the damn ball. Run the ball, man. Like, I saw a couple times, Justin, where literally there was holes in the pockets where he could have just took off and got 10 yards easy and got a first down. But instead, he held on to the ball and he kept waiting for somebody to get open. Nobody's open. And instead of running, he would try to get out of the pocket by trying, because the guy one of the guys would grab him and he would try to spin move off them and try to still pass it. I'm like, run the fucking ball. Just do it. That's what you're good at.
I think he was extremely scared to run the ball, especially with losing that fumble. I think he was just really scared because the times that he did run, he was shut out. There was times where he broke free and he got plenty of yards.
That self catch.
Yeah, exactly. The self catch off the helmet. Yes,
that was crazy.
And that went for 21 yards, Sammy. Dude, you would think when something like that happens, it's kind of like a sign.
Yeah.
In
your own stadium.
The defense is going to give you what you want. I would have thought they would have ran the ball more, Sammy. I don't know. We see quarterbacks do this all the time. They try to go back and forth with Patrick Mahomes, and it turns out horribly every single time. No quarterback right now can go back and forth with Patrick Mahomes using his arm. Can't. Just can't do it.
That's a fact.
Just can't do it. And to prove my point, Patrick Mahomes threw 39 attempts. Lamar Jackson threw 37 attempts. Patrick Mahomes completed 30 of them. Lamar Jackson completed 20 of his. That's a bad look. And I get it. He probably wanted to tell the whole world, hey, I can throw the ball. I'm not just this guy who runs down the field. And maybe that MVP talk where everyone's saying, hey, Lamar Jackson can only run the ball really got to him this game. Or maybe the coach was scheming saying, hey, prove everyone wrong that you can throw the ball. I don't know. They were playing from behind, so that usually means more pass attempts. But it doesn't look like they played the ground game like they should have. They should have way more attempts on the ground. And that's just my personal opinion. And I think Baltimore is saying the same.
It shows in the stats. I can talk stats here, Justin. I mean, if you're looking at Kansas City right now, I said Isaiah Pacheco right now, 24 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown, had a long of 12. And you also have Mahomes in the second position with 6 carries, 15 yards. So he didn't even run as much. He was honestly passing the ball. He had 39 attempts. And then for Baltimore rushing, you had Lamar Jackson at the top. 8 carries, 54 yards. Okay. Okay.
That's not bad.
But where's the running back? Gus Edwards. 3 carries for 20 yards, 6.7 average and 15 long. That was not their problem. The problem was that they didn't run the ball enough to give him more opportunities to widen the defense. You have to do something about the defense. They were playing pass coverage the entire time. So what happens when you play pass coverage, Justin? You're supposed to damn run the ball, right? Right? You're supposed to run it or fake it to your running back, and then Lamar runs the other way. Like they've been doing all year.
You get up to the line, you spot a zone defense, right? Safeties, playing back. Maybe you have a QB sneak guy chilling back there, just watching. But that doesn't matter. Every single team has a QB sneak guy against Lamar Jackson. That shouldn't bother him at all. You see the defense like that, you call an audible, you change, and you run the ball. I mean, heck, we should have saw Lamar Jackson do that a couple times. We should have saw him use his feet more, or maybe even run a little bit. Then maybe they go after him. Then somebody's open. We didn't really see that. We saw them do a couple trick plays with Zay Flowers, kind of like I want to say like how Debo Samuel is as a player, where they can use him as a running back and a wide receiver. They did the same thing with Zay Flowers here, and it did not turn out well at all.
No.
And when these plays aren't going well, they're hesitant to run. And also, if they're behind, they're hesitant to run. And the best games they had this season is when they ran.
And you could see the frustration, Justin, on Lamar at the end of the game. Throwing his helmet, he was in so much disbelief. Like, it looked like he was in panic mode when he threw that last interception, because that was when he threw his helmet, because he knew he just threw the game. But at the same time, it's like he just couldn't get anything going. And I don't know if it was play calling from the offense coordinator or what, but something was wrong and something needed to be changed, and they did not help him out by just making him throw the ball the entire time. I'll definitely say that. He threw the most that he's thrown all playoffs. I mean, don't get me wrong, he only had one playoffs, but like he threw 37 times. From Lamar, Justin, that is not okay. That's not okay. He is not a gunslinger. He is not a like top tier like quarterback that can throw. He is a hybrid. He can very strongly, just like Justin Fields, run the ball, but he can also throw it if you get too freaking rush heavy. He can throw the ball too. So it's like you have to play him hybrid, but they did not utilize him like that. They utilized him like he was an all-time QB all-star that can literally pass the ball all the fucking time. And that's what ended up happening.
I don't know. They saw that big, huge gain from Zay Flowers where he was kind of scrambling. You know, he was like a second away from taking a sack. Maybe 2 seconds away from taking a sack. Zay Flowers was doing an in route, broke off, saw that Lamar was in trouble. The DE kind of, or the corner kind of like let him go. And then he beat him over the top. And
yeah, and he was like, I saw.
It was an easy throw and catch, just deep ball. You know,
but Lamar was on the run. He was too worried about the people chasing him.
That's the thing, though. That's what
I
was expecting to see more of. I was expecting to see him scramble more, so that way, defenses, the Kansas City defense, think he's gonna run it on his feet. Then these wide receivers get open for big, big plays like that. We only saw that in the first half, Sammy. And that's one of the ways you get back into this game, man. Utilize Lamar Jackson on his feet.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about the Ravens, man.
It was sad,
I'm really, really sorry for Baltimore, because I thought without a doubt that you guys were going to be in the Super Bowl. And it's tough to see the Chiefs get there 4 times in 5 years, man. Wow. That's all I got to say about it. Just wow.
Just wow.
Turn it into another New England and Tom Brady.
What more can
you have say? Anything else you want to say, Sammy?
I mean, what more can you say than, Kansas City drafted the best quarterback in NFL history. I mean, honestly, like, Patrick Mahomes is just ridiculous in the playoffs. And honestly, I think if you would rather a quarterback, you'd rather a quarterback that can perform in the playoffs that can perform in the regular season. Because he didn't perform all season. But when it comes to the playoffs, it's like Mr. Elite Mahomes has just kicked in. And I'll tell you this right now, Justin, I will never bet against Kansas City in the playoffs again. I will never bet them
I told you, bro.
I'm not doing that again.
Listen.
I did that out of spite because I had Mahomes and Kelsey on my fantasy, and they performed piss poor all year. And I did that out of spite, but I will not do that again.
Once again, Sammy, I was correct. Not on this game, but I was correct in general about the Kansas City Chiefs. I said it round 1 of the playoffs, round 2 of the playoffs. You cannot go against the Chiefs because how they perform in the playoffs, regardless of the squad they have. They have an elite defense. That's literally all you need to win playoff games. You get a good defense, you play smart football, you have a very, very high probability of winning a game. And they did it again. And I got to give a lot of credit to Andy Reid. He had his team ready, had his defense ready for whatever they schemed up on offense from the Baltimore side. And they performed. They showed up. And we even see like the guys that weren't, doing it this season.
I mean,
doing it in the playoffs.
The Kansas City Chiefs defense had 3 turnovers, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 interception at the end. Meanwhile, on the other end, Baltimore had 0 turnovers with 2 lost fumbles and 2 of them that were recovered by Kansas. So they just couldn't do anything against Mahomes. He was dotting them. He was dotting them up, and he threw 30 for 39, Justin. I mean, he had a really good QBR rating. So another great performance from Patrick Mahomes. Lamar sacked 4 times for 17 yards loss. QBR of 42.9. He had 20 completions for 37 attempts. I mean, I got nothing else to say. Honestly, that's all I got to say. It's just stats says it all right there. I mean, you can just look at the stats and just see like who won this game. So, but yeah, Justin, I am ready to jump into the next game as long as you are, because I am.
Yep. I'm past this depressing game, guys. You can see it in our faces. We're not happy about this game. No. I practically didn't even want to come on this podcast and talk about this game. That's how and I'm not a Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm not an AFC fan, period. As long as the Chiefs are a team in the AFC, they're going to the Super Bowl, guys. This is the worst team. This is the problem. This is the worst team I've ever seen the Chiefs have with Patrick Mahomes. And they still make the Super Bowl, guys. If you are an AFC fan, any team, I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say.
You're done. Move on. You're done. You're done. All right. Let's go into the next one. So we got the Detroit Lions at the San Francisco 49ers, with the ending score being 31-34. Justin, now this one has a lot to talk about, but I specifically would rather give you the 4 here, because honestly, if I talk about this, I'm just gonna get mad and I'm gonna want to throw something, because there's nothing more that gets me more mad than seeing 24-7 going into the half, thinking this game is over, and then literally going back to my screen to see that they scored 17 points in the third quarter. 17 points. You allow San Francisco to allow 17 points. Justin, take it away.
I thought the Lions had this one, guys. I really did. It looked so good. They looked so good. They showed up pretty much throughout until after the second half. The running game looked good. Jared Goff looked elite. Amon-Ra St. Brown looked great. Sam Laporta looked awesome. Jahmyr Gibbs looked awesome. David Montgomery looked awesome. Jameson Williams looked awesome. Like, they had everything clicking in the best time to click against a really, really good team. It looked like the Lions had this game. They just had to play defense. And I don't want to blame the defense a ton here because there is a lot of miss passes, dropped passes, incompletions in this game. Jared Goff threw 25 for 41 attempts. He only completed 25 of those, guys. Now, a lot of those came in the second half because in the first half they were clicking. But he didn't throw any interceptions, and that's what you would like to see out of Jared Goff and the Lions. It just looked so good for the Lions. Now, the question that everyone wants to talk about is why didn't Dan Campbell decide to kick a field goal and go for the fourth down? Well, guys, that's Dan Campbell. He's shown us all year that he's got the balls to do it. He's got the balls to go for it. And he did it once again. Was it the best call? Probably not. But he wanted to win the game. And he's done that all season. And this is why people like him and people want him to be on the Lions for a very long time. As a head coach on the Lions for a very long time. I agree with the call. He rarely messes up a call. That call, in my eyes, was the best call for them to win. Doesn't matter of the outcome. Regardless, it was still the right call. They kick a field goal? Sure, it's a tie game. But who's to say that coin flip happens, Brock Purdy's on a roll, they score all of these points in the second half, they're on a heat streak, they get the ball first and they go down the field and score a touchdown, and it ends that way. You guys would have been more miserable if that would have happened. So, at the end of the day, this team was ready until the second half. The defense really got tired, slacked a little bit. Christian McCaffrey got whatever he wanted in the second half. Whatever he wanted. Brock Purdy got whatever he wanted in the second half. But a lot of credit to the Lions, man. A lot of credit. Sammy, do you have anything you want to talk about with the Lions?
Yeah, so I want to tune in here for a second. So guys, honestly, I really want to harp this. The Lions had this game. There was no reason they should have not had this game. The defense let them down in the second half. And like Justin was saying, we can't put that all on the defense. And I really want to point these guys out. We have Williams, amazing job in the front half, but towards the back half had two very big key drops. Also, another very good big key drop. Two more key drops were by none other than Josh Reynolds, who dropped two big wide open catches and could have got a touchdown out of. The other one could have easily got them out of that fourth down and got them that conversion. This is very, very hard to see because it doesn't show in the stats, right? Those are things that you will not see in the stats. You're not going to see that Jared Goff threw those and it looks like just regular incompletions. No, he was hitting them in their hands. They were just dropping the ball as if they went back into the tunnel and the NFL said, hey, come over here. We need you guys to start dropping balls. We need you guys to start playing like ass. We need these 49ers to win this game. So make it happen. And I swear I don't know what happened, but this team became a different team in that second half, and it made no damn sense. No damn sense. If they played with the same fire that they had in the front half of that game, they don't lose this game. They don't lose this game. So I'm happy for the Lions that they made it this far. I'm happy that they almost won the championship. But almost is almost. And now you don't know if you'll ever get another chance to make it to the Super Bowl. So, and I don't blame Dan Campbell for what he did in that play call. Neither. Exactly what Justin said. I completely agree with him. Going for it on that 4th down, he's made that call all year. That is his way. He believes in his players. That's what he believes in. He believes in his players. If it is 4th and under 5, he is going for it. Because especially if he knows he's going up against an elite team, which the 49ers are an elite team. He knew that field goals aren't going to win this game. It's going to be touchdowns. That was the one that was going to win them this game. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. So all you can say is, like, just give a round of applause to the Lions. They did an incredible job. They went out there. They played the heart out. They just fell short. And they let the 49ers get that momentum, and they ran away with it. And now all I got to hear is about Brock Purdy, and I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind, guys. I just can't with this Brock Purdy crap. I honestly can't. I am not giving this man some flowers until he wins the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, if he didn't have this team that's around him right now, there's no way in hell he'd be making it there. I got to give the kid some credit still. He made some key plays when it mattered. He made some runs when it mattered. He ran that ball, and he has never run like that all year. Got to give it to him, man. Got to give it to him. He made some incredible runs that picked up, the long that he picked up was 21 yards. He just ran. They didn't even catch the linebacker. The linebacker couldn't even catch him, bro. The spy, they even had a spy, and he couldn't catch him. I had my one buddy at work. He was like, shoot, I'm not even in that condition. I'll catch Brock Purdy. He's not getting away from me. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like, how you letting Brock Purdy outrun you? This guy is not like a freaking running quarterback. He's a throwing quarterback. What the hell, man? And it was like one of their top linebackers. That was the spy. So very surprising, but big congrats to the, to 49ers. Big congrats to Brock Purdy. But you know what? Like I said, I'm not giving this man some flowers until he wins the damn Super Bowl. He gets the flowers and roses and petals and all the credit. Fine. If he wins the Super Bowl. But he's going to be going up against Kansas, so we'll see. So I'm going to bring Justin back in here, and let's see if he has anything else he'd like to say about this.
Well, one thing, Sammy, that I like to say, if Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl, he's getting a bouquet of flowers from me. That he's getting it all.
He gets no flowers until he wins the Super Bowl.
I will get down and be like, all hail Brock Purdy. Hail. Because literally,
he didn't even do that well.
Stand watching the Chiefs win any longer, doing the unthinkable once again. And if they go back to back with two terrible teams, I will lose my mind, guys. I really will. On to the 49ers. Let's talk 49ers here. I had the 49ers win this game, guys. They were the better team. They had the better pieces, and I believe they had this one. Although, while watching this game, I was smacking myself in the forehead like, holy shit.
The Lions are unstoppable.
Giving it to them right now. They look unstoppable. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery and Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta, they were all going off. I'm just like, everything's clicking. No way they lose this now. They're already up by 2 scores.
Three.
I mean, shit, like 2-3 scores, man. Like, there's no way. Like, their game plan is just to hold them, possibly put up more points. Shit, even take a field goal, get more points on the board. And if you keep playing it like that, play the safe game later on, or maybe even play a more attack and try to go for those touchdowns, that they would have had this one. But the 49ers came in clutch once again in the second half. 2 games in a row where they did this, guys. Are we surprised? Yes, because given this is the conference championship, and we've seen them toss the conference championship multiple times. They've done it so many times throughout their tenure in the NFL. And Brock Purdy was 1 game shy last year because of injury. Well, no longer. He's going to the Super Bowl, guys. And I'm very, very, very excited for him because he is so young. And nobody saw this coming out of Mr. Irrelevant, especially given that he was under a lot of scrutiny based on how he lost, the last couple of games against really key teams, in the regular season, towards the end of the regular season, and then picking it up in the divisional round, possibly almost losing that game, and then coming back, beating the Packers, then doing it once again. There is, without a doubt in my mind, that this team should be favored to win the Super Bowl. But we'll give our picks later. Keep going off of the 49ers. Deebo Samuel, he got banged up last game, and it was concerning because I didn't know if he was going to be 100% this game. But he really showed out. 89 yards, not crazy, nothing insane, but he averaged about 11 yards a catch, and that's what you want out of your best receiver. You want those yards because that guarantees you first downs. So he was the go-to guy in this game, Sammy. Brandon Ayuk, though, he was struggling.
He was the key guy to this game.
Yeah.
He doesn't make that catch. He doesn't make that catch off the helmet and literally
without that catch they lose. Without that catch they lose.
Because that was third down.
He was struggling hard this game, but he got it when it really mattered. He got it, and the 49ers win this game.
Yeah.
And Brock Purdy looked great. First half, not so good.
He did. I was about to say he didn't look great. He looked okay. He looked better in the second half, but he looked okay.
Sammy, you gotta give it to him, man. You gotta give it to him.
Shit. I don't gotta give shit until he wins the damn Super Bowl. I don't gotta give shit. All right. I'm not giving.
Let me put it to you this way.
Nope.
How good has Lamar looked all season, all playoffs? They only played 2 games in the playoffs, divisional conference. They looked amazing, right? Lamar looked amazing.
Minus this past game.
He outperformed Lamar in the same game. Would you agree or disagree?
What do you mean he outperformed Lamar in the same game?
Did he have a better game than Lamar Jackson?
But we're going against 2 different teams.
I get it. Did he have a better game?
Yes, he had a better game.
Okay. There you go, Sammy. I know you don't like Brock Purdy, but you gotta give the kid some credit, man. You gotta give him some credit.
No.
Jimmy Garoppolo's been in this position how many damn times and lost? Will he become another Jimmy Garoppolo and toss the Super Bowl? I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. But shut up, Sammy. I hope not. But for them to come back and win this game the way they did in this fashion, guys.
It was incredible. Yeah.
You got to give them credit because all the pressure was on Brock Purdy in the second half. Can he do it? They got it done. Yes, there's a lot of key things that had to happen. Christian McCaffrey had to go off and get that crazy run. Then, the touchdown machine that he is, getting 2 touchdowns, and then almost getting that third. But he landed on his neck, Sammy. Did you see that?
Yeah,
that looked
right on his head. Dude, so he landed.
Dude, that looked really scary, man. So it could you can literally visually see the shock that it had on his neck.
Oh yeah, and his spine. Oh
yeah. You could see him visually as well. They showed him on the sideline. He was in a lot of pain. So question marks about the Super Bowl, but it's 2 weeks away, so I believe they will have him ready. But without further ado, Sammy, let's go ahead and talk about the Super Bowl. Unless you have anything
So
else you want to talk about with the
I
49ers, which
I
I know
do
you probably
not.
don't.
Nope.
All
I do
right,
not.
let's hit it.
Congrats to the 49ers. Lions, we'll see you next year. Welcome to the golf team. All right, so on to the Super Bowl predictions. For this prediction, Justin, I have the Kansas City Chiefs end up beating the 49ers. I don't want to, Justin, and the reason why I'm going with the Chiefs, and I will say it again, I've been doubting them this entire time, and that's it. No more. They've shattered all my doubts after beating Baltimore. They've shattered it. At this point, I don't see Patrick Mahomes losing another Super Bowl. I said it before. If Kansas makes it to the Super Bowl, they're gonna end up winning it. It doesn't matter who NFC wise they're going up against. I was like, if Kansas makes it to Super Bowl, they're winning. There's only one other person that beat them in the Super Bowl, and you know who that is, Justin?
The best ever to do it.
Exactly.
That's
Now,
right, Kansas City fans. There's another one greater. So shut your all mouth. And unless he wins this one, I don't want to hear another goddamn peep saying that he's better than Tom Brady.
but if he ends up getting this done, Justin, and gets another Super Bowl,
Then we can begin to talk
we're
about it
gonna have
based
those
on how his age
conversations.
is, etc.
We're gonna have that conversation about, at this point, he might be looking to break Tom Brady's Super Bowl record, and that's a
He's on a great
high task.
he's on a
He's
great path to
on.
do it.
He's starting to really good right now. He's already made what four? What was it? Three?
Three
No,
of
four.
this is
Four.
fourth
No,
one.
this is his fourth. So 4 out of 6, or 4 out of 5. So 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 6. I think it was 4 out of 6. Because I think this is his 6th year.
If they win this one, that'll be his third win.
Because 20.
But
Doing the math.
they've
I
been
think
four.
this.
No, they've been 3 times. This will be his fourth.
Yeah, this will be his 4th. But like overall in general, this is like season wise.
Yep.
So that's crazy. So he is on a better path right now than Tom Brady was. And Tom Brady had a lot more weapons. So
Keep talking,
I
Sam.
mean,
I'm gonna fact check this real quick.
don't get me wrong, and don't get me wrong, guys. Like Travis. Patrick Mahomes has Travis Kelce, just like Tom Brady had Rob Gronkowski. And without him, he probably would have not made it to the Super Bowl, or like even won the Super Bowl as many times as he did. But it's looking like another repeat. And I'm thinking the only way you stop Patrick Mahomes now is San Fran's defense. And as we just saw, their defense was allowing way too much run game. And Kansas has Pacheco. They have Patrick Mahomes. They both can run. So this leaves a lot of gaps, that's like kind of scary.
He won in 2019, 2020, lost to us 2020, 2021, and then played last year in the Super Bowl and won that one. So he's got 2 wins, and literally the past 4 years, he's been there 3 times. This will be his 4th attempt in 5 years.
Yep.
Just think about that, guys. Just literally, just think about that.
Years.
4 times. You know how hard it is for a team to make a Super Bowl, and how long these droughts, like the Cowboys, like the Lions, like, I mean, shit, like there's so many teams out there that haven't been to the Super Bowl in so many years. And he's been there, including this year, 4 of the last 5 years. Like, bro, and this kid, this Patrick Mahomes is just so young. This is like the early beginning of his career, guys. He still has so many years left in him. As long as he stays healthy, nothing goes wrong there. But the way it looks, if he stays healthy, he looks like he's on pace to break Tom Brady's record. So that will be a conversation if he wins the Super Bowl, guys. And then for my take on the Super Bowl, I believe I have the 49ers winning this one. I'm not going with the Chiefs. I can't do it. Even though I know in the back of my head and the bottom of my stomach, I could feel this is a win for the Chiefs. Back-to-back champs. I can't go for them. I'm going to be rooting for the 49ers the whole way. I always root for the underdog, and the underdog in this year's case will be Brock Purdy. Now,
hold up.
Not saying this team is the underdog. I am saying Brock Purdy is the underdog.
Quarterback wise, but
team wise, the 49ers better have this shit done.
Yeah,
this will be this will be the easiest team on paper that they versed in the playoffs. Correct. On paper, this will be the easiest team, and it comes at the best time. This is win or forever be made fun of. It really is. Like, there's only so many heartbreaks that the 49ers can take before like they break. Okay, like. If they lose this one, Sammy, the city of San Francisco, don't be surprised if you see something crazy go on there after this one goes and happens, okay? Don't be surprised, but I'm going with Brock Purdy and the 49ers, guys. I pray that they
all right, and who do you have as MVP?
Kansas City. Well, I think this one's
the Super Bowl.
I think this one's easily going to be Christian McCaffrey.
I agree there. I think if the 49ers end up winning this game, it should be Christian McCaffrey. And
it's based on performance, though, so we'll see.
And on the other half, I got, of course, the one, the only Patrick Mahomes winning MVP for the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's going to be one of those two guys. They are the faces of their orgs, in my opinion. It should be Christian McCaffrey versus Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I mean, if Brock Purdy proves us all wrong, goes out there and plays better than Christian McCaffrey, he's going to win the MVP. So it's a race between those three players, I would think. I don't see a chance for Debo to really, unless he does something crazy, like game-winning play. But even then, I believe it still would go to Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey, one of those two guys. Now, for score, Sammy, what do you have this?
All right, score-wise, I'm going to go this is going to be a very close, low-scoring game, I feel. I feel like there's both very good defenses on both sides. Kansas just showed that against Baltimore, only holding them to 10 points. So I'm going to go 21-18, Kansas City. 21-18.
All right.
I think this will be a 3-point game.
I'm going to go 31-14.
Damn.
31-14. You heard it here first. Christian McCaffrey scores 2 touchdowns at least in this game, gets MVP. But Brock Purdy throws 1 interception and has Deebo Samuel pretty much shut out. Brandon Ayuk comes up clutch this game and gets the long ball at least 1 or 2 times.
Okay. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first from me and Justin. There are our predictions for the Super Bowl. That is our matchup, and that is our review for the Super Bowl, guys. If you guys have any other questions or concerns, please let us know in the chat. We love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for this year. We appreciate it. We appreciate the love. We appreciate all the comments we've gotten in the past. We're hoping, next year we're going to come up with something even bigger. As this year, we just rolled into the new Santos show, and as a brand, as a YouTube channel. So we hope to expand on that, and we hope to start coming out with maybe TikToks, maybe Instagram reels. We just hope to come out with more content for you guys, and maybe a better platform. If we stick with Restream, and maybe we end up going the route of getting a premium from there, so we can start editing our way the way we want it to be edited. So we can have like certain backgrounds, and we can have like certain videos and certain clips. And so we can do that fun stuff with you guys. We hope to do a whole lot more. Like, there's so many things like we both have idea wise. It's just trying to get it into action takes a lot more time, and a lot more, like, it's gonna take a lot, and especially with us both who are also working, and Justin also in college, it is a lot. It puts a lot of time, that extra time, our free time, into this. So we try to do the best we can, but we're trying to grow little by little. But we appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit that sub button. Make sure you guys like our videos. We much appreciate it. And guys, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks from now after the Super Bowl. We can't wait. Although we can wait, honestly, if I had to be completely honest. But we'll see you guys in 2 weeks at Super Bowl. Hope you guys enjoy it. And enjoy next week Pro Bowl. If you guys want to watch that, watch the All-Star games. I know they have some really cool little games they're gonna have. Justin, do you have anything for the fans?
No, I mean, just thank you guys for sticking with us all season. It's been great. This is our 21st week of doing it straight, guys, and
Yeah.
I believe in our eyes that should receive a lot of credit, because last year we started midway through the season. This year we have a lot more upgrades based on how we performed last year, and this year we've seen you guys tune in, tune out, watch our videos, and I'm just really thankful for you guys, sticking with us this whole time, through the ups, through the downs, and through this down, in my eyes, for the Super Bowl. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, but thanks for sticking with us.
Yep. All right, guys, we're out. Much love, guys. We're out. Peace.